Oh boy, I sat with this a bit and I'm like, okay, what should we title this? Number one, new perceptions found, the tower, slight narcissistic tendencies. Let's jump in and see what on earth is going on here. Welcome back. We're here to cover the karmic third party energy. Yes, we do cover feminine, masculine, and karmic weekly, as well as the joint connection over the weekend. If you want to join any of our super chats, for those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology as well as spiritual coaching. You can jump onto any of our super chats, prepay them or play them via YouTube. Separately, we do have them via the membership. That way, if you do have a private question and you don't want it to be seen public, it's cheaper than a reading. Readings and information is all directly below. Now, let's take a look at this reading. I always try to sit with the energy, and I was initially going to jump in the deep end with this, and I was like, no, let's make some sense of this. It's always quite distorted when I am channeling energies coming from the karmic. We'll give you a close-up view of the overall energy as I'm explaining myself. What I do see with these individuals at times, and especially because I do understand transits, which can help me understand the deeper meaning why certain things are coming up in the tarot, in the oracles, in the psychic energy, is that this month is a shifting point. There is a shifting point that is upon us. Yes, when we are stuck in our ego and it's like, look, the writing's on the wall, literally the download I was having previously, which was a revelation I was having definitely this month, was sometimes we just want to ignore the red flags. And the red flags don't mean going where angels fear to tread. It's, if you have a revelation, we get the three signs from universe. We get the intuitive energy, we get the, near miss. And then, if we still take no direct action, potentially it can result in a tower. Now, I'm seeing these individuals looking to the past, and I do feel for some they have been aware of the spiritual connection. We do have flame tree here, and in this deck, this is my twin flame card. And I do feel it's something towards the energy of the joint connection. I do feel it's, when I said narcissistic tendencies, these individuals this week, the ones I'm tuning into, I'm getting two vibrations. One can be that regardless of what they're doing, there's no regrets. They're choosing to do something in complete knowingness, knowing that this is going nowhere, and they're still investing in a circumstance. Another group of them, again, there's definitely some bitterness here. For some, I do feel they are going through an awakening. There could be a vibration that they're tuning into, somebody that they're giving energy to that is very separate to twin. I do see these individuals, like I mentioned, I feel their perception of something. There's no regrets. They're doing something, even though they've had the wisdom of this for a while. And I do feel they've looked to the past, and yes, their perception, they've known without a shadow of doubt that for a while now, that the connection has been there between both individuals within the twin flame path. This can be intuitive. This can be total awareness of who the two parties are. And again, there is a maturity level here. Now, although we're seeing this individual on the card in the past position quite mature, the clarifier is young woman. And I think it's within the inner child. There is an immaturity to do with this situation, even though they may be cloaked in tradition and looking at things in a very, I can say a traditional way. Doesn't mean to say this person is traditional. It's like, look, this is the deal. I'm married. That means I'm safe. Nothing will ever affect me. Again, I do see these individuals knowing that there's a connection, though. So it's definitely in the back of their mind. There are some insecurities. There are some unresolved issues that these individuals are dealing with this week. And this can be at their intuitive level, immaturity in the inner child, and within the throat chakra, unresolved feelings, not communicating it, not taking direct action, maybe speaking in an immature fashion, but definitely not really addressing these things to clear the drama. It's interesting that we have the amethyst at the heart of this situation. Why do I say that? Is because at the moment, transits really happening linking to the 12th house are both Saturn and Neptune. Neptune has moved direct. Let me double check. I want to be 100% sure here. It's like it's just disappeared. Yeah, it has. At 25 degrees Pisces, Saturn's direct as well. Now, during its retrograde, what it was providing was an opportunity to look at the truth, to see what was in alignment, what wasn't. There was a maturity of a situation. Was it on a solid foundation? Was it based on a reality? What would we need to tweak or change, or what we need to let go of? Now, it did move direct, and sometimes we can initially move back into old bad patterns. There can be trigger points as we are proceeding through the month. I am saying this individual feeling, there could be some cause and effect, and it could be some negative energy that they're pouring towards both parties, masculine and feminine, especially psychic attacks to that degree, if they are feeling quite negative and their intuition is there and they've got inner child going on. Now, I'm seeing them aware, and this could be them really wanting to confront you. It's almost like, look, the only way, the song I get is Jolene by, Dolly Parton. It's like, don't take my man. It's like they know, okay? They know. I am going to pull clarifies, which I did start to because I was like, let me understand this deeper. I had some questions before we came live. Number one, I was really asking, okay, is this a tower moment that the karmic is experiencing? Now, the karmic doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This could be a co-worker. This could be an awareness of knowing that this is causing an issue, It could be a family situation. I'm seeing the red on the card. For some, if this is a romantic connection, point blank zero, there is a shift in the journey. And I do see them really moving towards the passion that they have, moving towards what they want, and a shift in the journey because something spiritually isn't working. They also, to a degree, are feeling as though the twin flame path doesn't work. What they're not understanding is there's deep clearing. There is a cord that directly is connected, so it is unbreakable. Until the energy of clearing is done, it is completely unbreakable. So effectively, they really are working on borrowed time. This person, again, I do feel is at peace of the decisions that they're making, and they feel that they're justified within the choices that they're making. They do feel like they're trying to get grounded in this. I feel that this week is really going to shake up for them because I feel they get into this comfortable zone and I feel something really shifts. And I do feel it's got to do with the transition into the house of Leo. Our next moon phase, our first moon phase we had for 2024 was in the house of Capricorn. It's a brand new chapter. It was at 20 degrees. And I do feel like this kind of feels like I probably could have called this the calm before the storm, because as we look to the foundation of this situation, we do have the moon as a signifier. We do have the emotions coming up, loss of sleep. Now, part of their journey is coming to a close, and I don't feel that they're aware that this is what is ahead of them. We do have a loop that can't be broken. We do have a circumstance of a sacrifice that's going to need to be made. But part of it is not part of their journey. So their journey is coming to an end in a certain instance, and some of them are none the wiser of it. They also may not be able to fix the circumstance because effectively, if this is coming to an end, They could have had needs, wants, desires that this was to be together, staying as a unit. It could have been due to marriage, could have been due to being family or having children. But there is a lack of healing in this situation. There is an inability for this situation to be healed. They do truly, truly believe it can be. But how it's showing up at a foundation level is very polar opposite to the way it physically is. I'm hearing the term they're in harmony based on, how do I explain it? It's very hard to explain. It's almost like, not that I feel these individuals are doing this on purpose. It's, sometimes these patterns we don't know we're doing, but it's like, look, I'm happy, so you must be happy. This is the way it's always been. The individual who was involved with them in any shape or form or capacity really is showing up quite, I wouldn't say disillusioned, quite unhappy. There is no vibrational alignment with these individuals. This person literally mentally feels it is a mess. I do feel the individual who was involved with them or dealing with them was almost like having to do the legwork. This was very karmic in nature. It could have been a one-income family. This person now is standing up for themselves a lot more. I do feel it comes out of nowhere, especially if this person has been showing up in a certain fashion, in a particular way. I do get the feeling that, regardless, this person's not going to expect it. Yes, they do have the awareness that maybe they've been off, maybe they've been funny. They could even be totally aware of who you are as a twin flame. I do see them wanting to keep both parties apart here. But what I do see is the outcome is this person doesn't know what they're walking into. This is a pending tower moment. This is something at an intuitive level. I don't know why I get this person's kind of going AWOL who's involved with them. It's like MIA. I'm hearing the term MIA, missing in action. And I feel when that happens, this person's getting triggered, but it gets back to this comfortable zone. But it's the last hurrah. Really feeling as though this is, this is the passion, the connection. It's like there's a lot of jealousy here. Now, where they felt that if a separation was to occur, if a breaking down of this was to occur, there's the outside influences that they're even more afraid of, which are the unknown, not just feminine and masculine. They're actually having a revelation that, the enemy can be anywhere. So where they were putting a lot of focus on, it could have been directly impacting divine feminine and masculine. But the battle is within, and they also are showing that there is an element of codependency here. And I do feel as we do have Aquarius, Pluto moving into Aquarius, even though there could be a resistance, I do feel the individual who's involved in them is pulling the pin. And I do see this to start the ball rolling. Even though when we walk out the door, we feel it's final. There can be that, it could be tying up of paperwork, shifting of homes, organising shared care, whatever those situations are. The universe is showing me that the exit of the stage is occurring, but it's starting the ball rolling where it's shifting it to that next level, but it can be messy in the weeks following. It doesn't mean to say that this person's going back again. I'm not saying that at all. I do see some communication coming, and I see a very, very deep conversation. This person is going to be sad by this communication. They also have worries about where they're going to be, who they're connected to, and a breaking down of a tribe. But it is coming to an end. We will check in with this next week. Stay tuned. Be aware. This person also could turn up at your house. So just be aware of their vibration and how it is, and especially protect yourself psychically. If you do want to join us for the super chats, go to the landing page. You can click on the bell of any of the super chats so that you can be notified, and you can prepay them and write your question in the video ahead of time if you can't attend. When they're finished, you can come back to the video and you can re-refer to your super chats. I will see you for the joint connection shortly.